Hello, greetings, happy delayed Halloween, and welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin. And hello, stranger, if you are new to the channel. We are doing another episode of Let's Talk About, and this time we are talking about the Misfits, the Michale Graves era, and I'm joined by an ever so dear friend of mine, Purceywise. How are you, my man?
Oh man, I'm so good. Thank you for having me, Joe. I'm well happy to be here.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be here. We've been meaning to do this for a couple of years now.
So long. I think we bonded over music a long time ago, and I think it was really the Misfits that connected us two.
Yeah, I think so. I think I was into hardcore and verging into metal, and you were like, no, I'm into hardcore, pure and simple.
Yeah.
And it was certain bands that we met in the middle on, but Misfits was definitely the band.
Yeah,
absolutely,
definitely.
We dived into it just had everything, didn't it? It was obviously punk with catchy songs. It was the whole horror aesthetic. There was a bit of geek culture, I suppose, that surrounded it as well. I remember we was going on eBay looking at the trying to get the dolls or the Action Men figures.
Yeah,
you managed to get some in the end.
I got both of them, and a bit of a sad thing, I sold them about 3 months back. I know.
Please tell me you got a good price for them, at least.
Fantastic price.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like 200 a pop.
Really?
Yeah,
Fuck.
eBay. I didn't know what I'd get off of them. The thing is, they've been in a
Did you stick them on? Did you stick them on for bidding?
Yeah.
And it just went up and up.
They just kept going, man. It just kept going, and I didn't know what I'd get for them. I paid probably about 40 quid each. But they've been in a box for so long, and I'm not enjoying them. And now someone else can, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, what are you going to do? Take them out and play with them? I mean, I've got these I've started collecting these things here. They're these little reaction figures.
Yeah. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's all... they've done a series of Eddies from Iron Maiden. It's like, what am I going to do? Get all 12 of them. And then there's another... Because obviously with Eddies, they can go on forever.
Yeah.
So instead of the Eddie, I got the little devil that's on Number of the Beast. I thought rather than Eddie, I'll get the devil. And I've got, this is Megadeth. There's a Motorhead one, a Slayer one. And I think they're cool because you can, but
they've got that retro feel as well. They look like the old Star Wars.
It does get to a point with certain things. It's like, it's sitting in a box, and it's not as if I'm going to play with it. But then again, I've been spending quite a bit of money lately on toys. You shouldn't call them toys, I know. But for my son, my little boy, he's getting into his horror films. I've sort of let him dip his toe in it for ages. Yeah. He wanted to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. And I was like, right, you can watch it, but if you get scared, it's on you.
Yeah.
And no, he laughed it off. He thought it was... Freddy Krueger's like a pantomime villain now. So I got him a Freddy Krueger. Then I got him a Jason. He's got a Leatherface. In fact, do you remember Puppet Master?
Yeah.
I've just got him all the Puppet Masters. Someone was selling a box of them for 100 quid.
Really?
And the absolute cheapest...
Yeah.
Absolute cheapest, you're looking at 25 quid.
Yeah.
But even then, you're looking at 30 quid postage. And someone in the UK was selling the whole set in a box for 100 quid. And I just went... Yeah. And Puppet Masters, I mean, I don't even think there'd be a 15 now. Then I don't feel too, bad in watching them. But but he will play with them. I'm not going to, just, no. It might be worth something one day. Just display it,
Yeah. Never removed from box.
Yeah, and but here we go. Look, we're talking about the Misfits, and we've gone into that sort of aspect of it as well. So,
but that was part of it, wasn't it? Like with the Misfits, it, as you say, it was very geeky. They did have the merchandise, and I think it's one of these bands where much like Iron Maiden, where you'll get people that don't know the bands, don't listen to the bands, that will wear the clothes and
that Misfits, the trainers, the T-shirt, whoever owns that logo, I don't know. We'll talk about that in a second, because obviously there was the lawsuit where Jerry only got the rights to perform under the name. I mean, is it? I don't know if it's. I do know Motorhead didn't own Motorhead's logo. So I remember someone speaking to Lemmy once saying, like, you must be making a fortune off T-shirts alone. He's like, no, you buy it in Topshop. Fuck all to do with me. We don't own it.
Fuck.
And they're like, well, why don't you own it? Because the person that designed the logo wasn't daft.
Yes.
He didn't sell us it. He must have known this is going to be good. But yes, whoever's making money off the Misfits merchandise, I don't want to assume it's Jerry only, but Glenn must be. Yeah, they must be making money off the music. But yeah, like Lemmy said, he went, if everyone who bought a T-shirt bought a CD, we'd be laughing. But unfortunately not.
No.
But there's just, and then, the original era of the band is great. Wouldn't take anything away from it. But there's just something about these two albums. And we get, fans like us get ripped so often. And it's sort of coming around. I'm sort of seeing a few articles pop up now and then about how underrated this era of the band is. I think... Also, I mean, even just doing a little bit of research today and having a look on things, and I just, you just go on Google and there's just loads of memes. There's this like sort of fat kid with like a shaved head, but like got the, it's got like a fringe here and it's all in braids. Like, think like a prototype sort of. Well, not even prototype, like an amateur take on the Cold Chamber hair. It's like, it just says favourite album by the Misfits, Famous Monsters. And it's like loads of fucking really stupid photos with, just bought my first Misfits album, Famous Monsters. And mind you, I've noticed over the last few years as well, it's pretty popular to like rip on Pantera. And fans of Pantera as well, and
I've noticed that.
Like, when did metalers and punk, I suppose, like when did they become such fucking snobs? But then again, punk especially, they always were.
Beginning,
So yeah, we're just going to talk about our love for these two albums in particular, this particular era of the band, and it's for you to enjoy or to rip on, and. Yeah, take it from there, really.
Yeah.
So, when did you first discover the Misfits? I discovered the Misfits through you, really. In fact, I knew of them, but it was you went, no, I've got them. Now you can listen to it.
Yeah. So, I had my flat. So, it must have been, I don't know, 2001. And it was a shopping trip down Camden, and I was into, the Sick of It Alls, the Pennywises, the Rise Against, and Misfits were this band that I'd always heard of, but never owned, never listened to. Like, I knew the singles, right? So I knew Halloween, I knew Mummy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight, the big ones. And if I'm completely honest, they were very meh.
Yeah, I think a lot of people as well, and a lot of people don't like to admit this, but it's true, is you got into the Misfits because of Metallica. Simple as that, Yeah. And I think as well, funnily enough, I watch a really good YouTube channel, which you should check out if you haven't, is Ground Zero Salem.
Okay.
It's a guy called Pat. Okay, he's an old school. He basically tells his life story through his record collection. It's really good. He kind of went from a punker like to a skate hardcore to a metaler and he goes into death metal, he goes into black metal, but then he always comes back round to hardcore and punk.
Yeah.
And I saw him on a stream and he's a bit older than us as well. So I think where you come into it has a lot to do with it as well. What point you arrive in the sort of story, because I can imagine, in all fairness, if I was watching the Misfits back in the day when they were touring with Black Flag, and I could probably imagine myself not liking the Michale Graves era, or certainly turning my nose at it to begin with. But the fact of the matter is, you weren't there when the original Misfits were. Stop pretending you were, arsehole.
That's it.
You know.
Yeah.
It's always that way, innit? Oh, that band, they only put out their demo's good or their EP's good. It's like, oh, were you there?
Yeah.
When they were playing to a half-empty venue? Yeah. But no, he basically said, he went, the thing is with the Misfits, and he puts a good case in all fairness, and I think there was about 3 or 4 of them on a stream, and one went, "No, I love the Michale Graves." You know, it went back and forth, and he wasn't completely dismissive. He just sort of went. The thing with it, he went. When I was growing up, the Misfits had already been and gone. They were like a flash in the pan band. They'd like 1 album, 2 albums split up. The Static Age didn't come out until later on. It got reissued, and he said, and there was like this mystique about them because you had like the grainy B horror movie, like The Walk Among Us is like a classic B movie poster. And Metallica had done covers, and you know they were this legendary band that were in the background, and all you had was those black and white pictures. You know, that was like that much on a CD, and that was getting hold of the CD was hard enough, and you know, so there was a mystique about the band. They were this fucking badass horror themed bands that were, you know. And he went, and all of a sudden they just came out, and they were this colourful. He said, and the merch was everywhere. It was T-shirts were everywhere, dolls, wrestling, fucking thing.
Yeah.
He went, and then they just became. And he went, we're basically Kiss. and I thought, right, fair enough. You were there at the time, so I can imagine you being, pissed off.
Yeah.
And but we came afterwards, and I suppose it was for a lot of people our age, I suppose that part of the era of the band was the entry level. They came in, probably heard a couple of Metallica covers, saw the Famous Monsters thing, who are this Misfits band, who's this logo I see, and then started with that thing and worked their way backwards like we did. So that's probably why I think a lot of everyone's generally speaking, I think everyone's favourite album by any band is the first album they hear.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the one that catches you. That's the one that gets you.
Yeah. And, obviously there's, you know.
Yeah, there's going to be the odd one where you just go, this new album they've put out just trumps everything, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think for the most part, it's going to be that first album that gets you into them is the one that, it may not even be the best album, it's just the one that resonates with you.
Yeah, the one that struck a chord with you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the band split up. The band kind of evolved into, because this is the thing as well. Glenn was the songwriter, and he went on to form Samhain or Samian, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know how to fucking pronounce that.
And so the Misfits kind of evolved into that, but then that evolved into Danzig, the last Samhain album. The first Danzig album is kind of like the last Samhain album, and vice versa. The last Samhain album is really the first Danzig, and it's pretty much the same lineup. And I think it was for record label reasons. It was just like, I think he already had the album coming up or something like that, and he just went, "Oh, it's a new deal, new band, Danzig," and it's basically a stepping stone from one or the other. A bit like the first Typo Negative album is pretty much leftover Carnivore songs and stuff like that. So what I'm getting at is I don't take anything away from Danzig and, you know, obviously what he made with the band. I think, and this is going to be controversial and pissing people off, but I think the Misfits were better without Glenn, but Glenn was better without the Misfits. I think his best performances and his best writing came later, and what they went on to do was better. I think it was a mutually beneficial split.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair enough to say as well. I don't think, I think he went on to do, Glenn's best songs are Mother, and the first 4 Danzig albums are completely faultless, And,
they're also songs that wouldn't work with the Misfits.
Exactly. And people that are going to rip you for liking Famous Monsters, well, because you've got some sort of weird dedication to Glenn, it's like, well, I guarantee you haven't bought Danzig's latest album.
Yeah.
So.
Also, Danzig is firmly rooted in metal, right? And Famous Monsters is probably, or Glenn, Michael Graves era Misfits is easily the most metallic Misfits as well. It's the most technical, it's the most metal,
certainly thrashier.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah, I mean Helena.
Well, it's actually quite riff driven. The other songs are more just sort of
It's
quite funky.
It's basically pop punk. The original stuff. It was free chord pop punk. There was never anything particularly crazy going on. They become a much more coherent and structurally diverse band, I think. But then was that Michael Graves, or was that the time it had taken between Danzig leaving?
He was certainly had much more of a higher range than Danzig as well. He would sort of do these soaring higher notes that Danzig wouldn't do.
Yeah.
And he certainly he did stuff that Danzig couldn't do. I mean, he's certain things he is something I'm trying to word this right. He's a way he could never be Danzig.
No,
never did he try to be.
No, if he tried to emulate that, it would have fallen on its face.
Yeah, he did the perfect. He did the perfect thing by just giving it a whole new, fresh approach, and and for better for worse. But that's one thing no one can ever say, is that he just ripped anyone off.
Exactly.
And, I mean, Danzig as well. I mean, we saw Danzig at the Astoria, didn't we? And he's got this serious, sort of intimidating, like, prowess on the stage, and he's a slow mover. He's got like more of a presence, while he's got that rock star. I don't know what you want to call it, but while Michael Graves is like up in the crowd, banging around, jumping around.
He's got the energy. He's got the hardcore energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Which is funny because when you go see the Misfits now, I mean, we went to see the Misfits, didn't we?
We've pretty much done all 3, haven't we?
We've done all 3. I say Misfits because it's fucking Jerry Only and a bunch of old people. But everything they played was at like triple or quad time, to the point where I barely understood what I was listening to a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, considering as well how little the bands put out in their original form.
Yeah.
I mean, we was easily like an hour into the set, and he did the intro, didn't he? So he did Abominable Mr. Thebes, American Psycho, did a couple of songs, and did Kong at the Gates, Forbidden Zone. That was it. That was all he did off the Michael Graves set. And they were on stage for fucking ages, when it was easy, like an hour and a half. And they were blasting through songs without, like, as soon as one finished, straight into the next one. Yeah. So it's like, you easily must have done both the Misfits albums, because Static Age, that was a reissue with a box set. That didn't even come out.
Yeah.
So you easily must have done those 2 albums in full. Must have.
Mm.
And don't get me wrong, like, there are good bands who he has now, but it's something just not right with it, isn't it?
It's not the Misfits, and I tell you what, it was one of those concerts that I'm glad I went to, just because I've seen them, but I didn't enjoy it at all.
No.
Also, their support was dog shit.
Yeah, I can't remember who.
Exactly right. I can't even fucking remember who it was. This is the Misfits, right? Who should be like the Misfits should be bringing people over.
Yeah.
It should be here's fucking, I don't know.
The thing is as well, there's Cadena, is that it? He's got like, he was in Black Flag for fuck's sake. Like the fact that, right, the guy, Jerry Only from the Misfits and Dez from Black Flag are doing something together. Yeah. But by the time they did an album together, it was just like, gives a shit. It was. Like,
was that the Devil's Rain one? Was it?
Yeah, Marky Ramone was the drummer as well, but they got another drummer now. And
I tell you what, Devil's Rain had one good track on it, and that was the Devil's Rain.
Yeah, and the opening track.
Yeah. The opening track was good. It wasn't great. It was good, and the rest of the album was just dribble, man.
It's funny as well because that's actually Dez is the longest running guitarist in the Misfits, and Jerry's the longest running singer.
Really?
Mad, isn't it? Yeah. Well, how long ago was it?
Yeah, true. Fuck. I know they've done a cover album, and that had some random guy singing. I remember I bought it, and it had a DVD on it.
Yeah, but he was just doing backing here and there.
Yeah. But he had a really good voice. I don't know who he was, but he had quite a nice little voice. But it had a DVD, and I think we watched it together. Actually, I think.
Yeah, I remember watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we've gone quite far away from.
Ain't that the point, though? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. We're passionate. That's a really good thing. We're passionate about this band, man, and even we're passionate about 2 albums out of 17.
I think we saw Michale Graves' solo show, and that was awesome. And I think I'd rather watch Michale Graves' show than the Misfits. That's more like the true what should be a Misfits show.
Yeah, that felt like a Misfits show.
Yeah.
It's a shame Michale Graves' solo stuff or band stuff just doesn't quite hit.
Yeah, it's not the same, is it?
Yeah.
I'd love to see them reform this lineup as much as it's like you've done the reunions with Glenn have happened now. There's no fucking way that band's going to last long enough to do a decent album.
Oh no.
There's too many egos involved. So if we can get this one, I don't even know why Doyle ain't in the band.
No,
something's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doyle's band ain't bad actually.
He's just put out a new album, right?
Million Miles from the Misfits, but it's kind of in the same vein. It's still got the whole spooky core sort of aesthetics around it. The guy he's got as a frontman's pretty good.
I listened to him a while back, and it didn't do it for me.
No.
But I will.
I don't know if he does any Misfits songs in the set. I don't know.
But I'll definitely give him another try. But I did see that. Well, I know COVID being what it is, he was supposed to be touring over here, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, we was meant to be seeing Michale Graves as well, weren't we? He was doing both of his albums in full, and that got cancelled.
Yeah, fuck, man. Although we got to see him, we got to meet him. That was great.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. But we could have seen these 2 fucking albums. Fucking COVID.
So disappointing.
Yeah, but like I say, I think Doyle was in an interview once, and they did their best to talk about a reunion. And he was like, I'm trying, I'm working on it. He went, I talked to one, I talked to the other, I'm trying to get them. And he made a great point. He said, this is the one industry where people can't put their differences aside in order to make millions.
Yeah. Because they fucking would.
Yeah.
They fucking would. Again, I don't know who was the songwriter for that kind of stuff, who done the lyrics, but those 2 albums were fucking great. Not a bad track on them.
So, should we get into this? Should we start?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
And right, so first off, we are going to be doing American Psycho, released as a new lineup. They fuck knows what happened with this court case. Somehow, even though Glenn formed the band and wrote all the songs, and mind you, Jerry was an original member, so I guess he must have had something to do with it. But somehow, Jerry got the rights to perform and use the Misfits name. And look, I don't know if he's making all the money off the merch, but I certainly wouldn't be putting this much out if I weren't making money from it.
No.
So, but yes. So in 1997, with a new singer, Michale Graves, and a new drummer, Dr. Chud, released on May the 13th. And who produced it? Let's just have a look. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Really? That's a big thing to miss out on.
Daniel Ray played keyboards on track 7, apparently.
Oh.
What's that? Dig Up Her Bones, yeah. I always knew there was... Oh, Daniel Ray is the producer. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
And it was released on Geffen Records, which was pretty big label.
Big in the day. Is it even still about, Geffen?
And Daniel Ray is mostly known for his work with Ramones and a bunch of other bands like that. So there you go. So this was the new unveiling of the new Misfits. They were touring with Cannibal Corpse and bands like that, and opening up with the abominable Mr. Thieves, which is pretty much just like a quick minute and a half setting of the tone. Really, it's just a couple of open chords and a bit of feedback. Nothing really, just setting the tone. But then the album explodes into life with American Psycho, and you get those opening, whoa, and those pummeling drums,
fucking,
and then just kicks into that fucking awesome.
Also, the go. You got to talk about go. That just fucking kicks in so well, and also it sets the scene, doesn't it? It's that intro, that slow intro, which is again very anti anything Misfits done beforehand. Because their stuff was very dun 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 dun, and then as you say, you had the really kind of metal thrashy American Psycho, and it was just brutal. It was so fucking fast, and it just comes out running, and you have to keep up with it, otherwise it rolls over you. Because when the chorus kicks in, you don't even realise it's there. Yeah.
It's just like, you're looking to the eyes of a psycho. Oh, psycho.
You're American Psycho.
Yeah. And then she's back into it, fucking awesome. Absolutely.
Fantastic song.
Sublime. And what's not to love, people? Lighten up, for God's sake.
Yeah. Also, the lyrics are really well done. For the movie, it's mimicking, I guess, celebrating.
Bit of a thing, actually. I'm not sure why they, American Psycho, awesome album opener. Not sure about the lyrical theme being, because this is the Misfits. It's spooky, it's Halloween, it's the gore, it's the horror, and
you think they would have gone for something slightly more.
Yeah, why would you call the album it as well? I'd call it something like Walk Among Us or Don't Open Till Doomsday or... anything but American Psycho. I just don't get why that was.
Yeah. Strange.
Dig Up Her Bones or something like that.
Yeah. Mars Attacks. I mean, that's on that album.
Static Age and Walk Among Us. I don't know.
Perhaps that was what they were allowed to use.
Don't know. Yeah. Don't know. Maybe they were setting themselves apart. I don't know. What made them call the album American Psycho? I don't know. But
we'll ask him.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, moving on straight into Speak of the Devil.
Nice, quick, short track.
Yeah.
Also, it's one of those that I drink my water from a wolf's footprint. Is one of those things that just gets stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Like that line. And also, God knows I'm the angel of light. That's fucking... I'm always hearing that in my head randomly. Yeah. It's a really fucking cracking track. I don't know what that's from.
No, neither do I. It must be some sort of, a wolf's footprint and stuff like that. I'm guessing the wolf's footprint has become a puddle. It's obviously some sort of witchcraft reference. Fuck knows.
I don't know if it's based on a movie or a story.
But doing the and it obviously another. What basically everything is just short verse, and then big anthemic.
Yeah.
Chorus.
Yeah, and they know how
little
to write
verse
a fucking
again, big
chorus.
fuck off chorus, and then boom, and next track.
Yeah.
Straight.
And I think they know how to do a chorus so fucking well. You know,
they know how to get it's all about mic in the air, crowd singing along, isn't it? That is the bottom line with every song.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, fucking great track. And then we walk to Walk Among Us. Then we hit Walk Among Us, right? Fucking amazing. Give in to what you cannot fight.
Yeah. That's obviously, about zombies.
Yeah.
But, really good opening riff as well. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing as well. As Michale Graves' vocals are good, but Doyle's riffs on both these albums are fucking
Doyle's guitar work on this album is, as I said, like when we were at the beginning, it's the most metallic album they've got. It's definitely the most technical. Like, this era is so technical, and there's a lot more guitar work, and the riffs feel nice. There's intros, there's outros. I think there's even a couple of solos.
It's the catchiest. Yeah, it's metal riffs, but with the catchiness of punk.
Yeah.
That was the thing as well. So we're blazing through this. Mind you, we're blazing through the album. I don't think the review should be longer than the album. That's the.
We should. Go ahead.
Yeah, The Hunger.
Not one of my favourite tracks on the album. I don't know why, because it's a good song.
It's just there, isn't it? It just kind of takes you from A to B.
Yeah,
good
it's not really
track, but
it's not really filler because it's not kind of autopilot, but you can. It's probably one of the weaker tracks on the album. I think also the chorus isn't.
There's an album that I think Dig Up Her Bones is the longest song, and that's like 3 minutes. So even there's no song that really has time to be bad.
Yeah.
Because even if a song's just not really there, it kind of just moves on so quick it doesn't even matter. It's like each song just leads to the next one regardless, and it just plays like a perfect little live set, really.
I imagine seeing this album live would be amazing. But so The Hunger is 1 minute 44 seconds long. And I tell you what, it doesn't feel like that. Looking back, thinking of that song, it doesn't feel like under 2 minutes worth of music. It feels longer.
So, From Hell They Came, much better. Much more infectious vocal line. It's basically just a chorus on its own, isn't it? It's just...
the whole fucking song feels like a chorus. It's infectious. It is so good, this track, and it puts the album back on track.
Yeah, just simple. And then it's just the vocal line just carries the song, and it's all just up and high and in the night. And it's just, you could just imagine as well, it's the whole crowd just singing along to it. It's just one of those ones.
Yeah, that's the one where I think even the most hardened anti-Graves Misfits era would hum along to that, because it is basically a song of chorus.
I've got a theory. I think the people that are the most outspoken against this era of the band probably haven't even fucking bothered listening to them. They're just...
Yeah, wrote them off. Yeah. Possibly. And okay, I'll put my hand up. I'm probably like that. Blink 182. You know, I basically consider anything post Enema to be shit.
What's the they've got the guy from the Alkaline Trio in there. What's the
Mike Skipper.
Yeah. Alkaline Trio are good, aren't they?
Yeah. They're all right.
They look like the Misfits.
They don't
sound
quite...
nothing like. Yeah. They had that whole horror punk thing going on, didn't they? The whole.
They sound like they're kind of like a half-time Misfits.
When I say Misfits, I'm just saying they had that gothic look, and I'll tell you what. I remember that album coming out where it was the three of them
From Here to Infirmary.
Yeah, and it might have been that. They were all in like in tombstones or something. There's like that one in the middle.
I was just a stupid kid back
then. And it had like a black and red like outline in the back. It had like the whole gothic. It was like kind of looks like the Misfits. Kind of looks like Necromantics. Fuck, do you remember them? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's like it's because a lot of these rockabilly bands kind of dip their toe in the gothic. They kind of go like all spooky for at least one album cover.
Yeah.
And I just thought, oh right, these look pretty good. And I remember hearing one song, thinking, oh god, you sound nothing like how you look.
Nothing like how they look.
Yeah. But yeah, is he any good in Blink-182, or is it just?
So they released an album called California, I think, and the opening track was really good. It was kind of like dueling vocals, and it felt kind of like Blinky, and then the rest of the album was just meandering bullshit.
All right. I don't know why that drummer don't do a fucking metal band, man. He's fucking wasted.
Yeah. And
it's like, right, fair enough, you're doing Blink-182, but your side projects, you're doing like fucking hip hop and drumming for Avril Lavigne. It's like,
yeah, it's a really good.
And no punk, like like when you slightly have like you have good production and everyone's like, oh fucking sellout. No one ever gives him any shit.
No, even though he's like the least punk person in the world, because basically he's a fucking simpleton. I honestly think he should be wearing one of those red fucking hats to make sure he's not walking into walls. The guy is dense. But there's a really good video I found the other day, actually, of Strung Out playing live, and he just comes out and drums for them. And I think Strung Out's a good band for him to show his talents. Because
that's the thing in Strung Out as well. They're still pretty underground, aren't they? So I remember Strung Out. Strung Out, the one with the guy like the white dreadlocks. Is that Strung Out?
No.
Where do I know Strung Out from?
Strung Out done Bring Out Your Dead.
Who's the band I'm thinking of then? Did they do like they did a series? There was a series, wasn't it? Sick of It All did one.
Mm-hmm.
Live
in a Dive.
Strung Out did a Live in a Dive album, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm sure the guy had dreadlocks. The singer had dreadlocks, like white dreadlocks.
No, it's not Strung Out. The singer of Strung Out actually looks a lot like you. Or you
really?
Like him, yeah. But a bit more Spanish.
Yeah, my dad must have gone to Spain back in the 80s. Where's the band? We'd have to think. I'll have to figure this out now. I'll tell you what. As Strung Out of the band, when they did the live album, they did a load of weird. Like they used to do like load of intros.
Yeah.
So they would do like "Welcome to the Jungle."
Yeah.
But then would lead into one of theirs.
Back into one of theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There was definitely a band from that time. The guy had he had blonde hair, but he had dreadlocks, like really long ones as well. And it was definitely a band of that.
Are you thinking of The Offspring?
No.
Because Dexter had dreadlocks.
No, it wasn't The Offspring. It was definitely a band of that time. And I know you were into them. And for some reason, I've linked it with Strung Out. That's going to fucking bug me now. Anyway, back on course. We are getting into what I think is the highlight of the album.
Fuck.
This is just undeniable. This is just a fantastic song. Dig Up Her Bones.
So good.
When that howling of the werewolf at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then when it just kicks in.
Yeah. I can't get there on my own.
And even the verse is just eerie. Like it's fun and not serious, the band are. You do kind of take this verse seriously. It does build up like a horror atmosphere.
Yeah. That dirty palm mute everywhere in that track really makes it sound evil as well.
Yeah.
It's got a creeping sound, doesn't it?
And I always thought I could hear subtle keyboards in the background. So just reading that is that's actually put a ghost to rest, actually, because I could always kind of hear keyboards in that, but I can't. And they would never use keyboards because they're punk as fuck.
Yeah.
And
it'd be an organ, bruv.
Yeah, but no, that little It's just that. No, it's just that little bit of sugar in the coffee. It's just just adds that extra. And yeah, the chorus to this song is just a fucking die for. When we sell your soul to the devil to write a song this good,
mate. I'd fillet him. I'd work his shaft so fucking hard. Bruv, you have no idea the work. My hands.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea. But yeah, this track. Also, it's when Graves does his solo stuff, he does this acoustic a lot as well. I don't know if you've heard the acoustic version.
I've seen him do a couple of acoustic tracks live and things like that. But no, I've never properly. Is it good?
Yeah. Strangely enough, if there's an album where I'm pretty sure it's this track where he does the acoustic version of this song, and then for some reason he leads into Life of Agony Weeds at the end of it.
The structure's the same, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a kind of, just a little Easter egg.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think how it would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think where it would fit in, but yeah, it doesn't seem too out of the realm of possibility. But no, it could work. I could see Michael Graves, if Nina Caputo did leave the band for whatever reason, I could see Michael Graves sort of fitting in there, doing there.
Yeah. That's another conversation. But I was going to say, how are Life of Agony these days? Are they worth paying any attention to?
I haven't heard the newest album, but I did hear the one before it, and that ain't too bad actually.
I'm one of those dirty Life of Agony fans that only like Soul Searching Sun anyway.
Oh really? What, you don't even like the first album? Oh God, Percy.
I know, man. I know. I'm disappointed in myself. Don't worry. You don't have to put the disappointment my way. So, Dig Up Her Bones was also the longest track on the album. If you don't really care about the secret track, which is just a bunch of silence. But Dig Up Her Bones is only 3 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, and it's the longest.
Longest track.
This is the Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner of the album. That's an Iron Maiden reference that you wouldn't get.
Who are Iron Maiden?
Yeah, exactly. Funnily enough, Percy, if you do want to get into Iron Maiden, now's the best time to, because I've got a show on this channel called Maidencast, where me and Luke, we go through all the albums. We're doing an album a week.
I can't do it, Luke.
Shameless little plug. And
I can't watch him for an hour a week. Have you got a non-Luke variant?
Hey?
If I pay extra, can you just cut Luke out of it?
If you pay, I'll do what you like, mate.
Yeah, I'll go on your OnlyFans later.
Okay, all right. If I do have an OnlyFans as well.
Yeah. So I actually listened to
everyone's making a fortune on OnlyFans in this lockdown, isn't they? I reckon they're like a. No, I've never even heard of it, but.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard of it. He says.
Well,
I've seen your bank statements.
Well, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah. But
I would never go on that site. There's no free content on it.
Exactly. What's the fucking point? That ain't punk.
Yeah. Fucking. Sell out porn stars. Porn's meant to be free. It's a human right.
So I actually listened to some Iron Maiden, and I think I told you because I'd
imagine you'd like the Paul Di'Anno era. Actually, I reckon you'd like the first two albums.
Let me find. I don't know. I can't remember what the album was that I got. So we were talking about this a little while ago, and it's something I want to do with you. The Friday album swap.
Yes.
And a guy at work that I'm doing it with suggested Iron Maiden, and
I'll tell you what, I think you would like No Prayer for the Dying.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty straightforward. There's no fucking about on that album. It's literally just. Is it 10 or 12?
You know what? He actually told me to listen to Number of the Beast. I don't know if you know
10
that album.
That's just 10 straightforward tracks, no messing about, straightforward heavy metal. Yeah. That's probably a bit of you. But I think you'd like the first album, actually. Yeah. I wouldn't even bother with Number of the Beast.
See, that's the one he got me to listen to, and I enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was all right. It's
They were still in their early days at that point.
I always considered
off topic, but
yeah. I always considered Iron Maiden to be very, very what's the word? Not cliche, cheesy. But but that opening track, Invaders, was quite political. Like the album, like the lyrics are a lot deeper than I ever imagined. Even Run to the Hills. It's one of them songs that I've listened to a million fucking times, but never bothered listening to the lyrics.
Yeah.
And it's only when someone says, listen to this album, that you sit there and you just absorb it and you go, fuck, he's actually talking about something. It's not just bullshit rhyming.
Hallowed Be Our Name, the lyrics of that song's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Which is like the ultimate reverse of anything that Red Hot Chili Peppers have done. Because I'm yet to find anyone that's found a meaning in a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, other than Scar Tissue or Other Side. Those are the only two. Oh no, Scar Tissue's bullshit. Other Side. Other Side's good.
I don't think. I'm trying to think of. I don't even know the words to it because it is just bonbons.
Right. It's. Yeah. I think we've spoken about it. I call it asthmatic rock.
Yeah.
Because it's basically he'll bark like 3 words, think for a second, and then bark a couple of other words, and occasionally they
Your
rhyme.
Your t-shirt is really see-through.
Yeah.
This is a thing I need to breathe through.
Yeah. And then suddenly people are just fucking throwing money at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Blacklight.
Right, yeah, let's get back into the. This is going to be a long night.
Sorry, guys.
Not that it matters. I'm just happy to be talking to you.
Oh, man. So, I'm happy to be seeing you.
Well, seeing, socially distanced and all that. Mind you, this is as good as it's going to get by the looks of it. It's going to be, going to be illegal soon.
Yeah. This will be illegal very, very soon. We won't even be able to do this anymore.
We'll have to, again, all you fucking non-conformist anarchist punk motherfuckers. All the dance people are fucking doing illegal raves right now.
Yeah, and loving it.
When are you going to be doing fucking illegal gigs in squats? God damn it.
That's what I want to see. But yeah, so Blacklight, 1 minute 27 seconds. That not a great track.
I'm trying to think of Blacklight. It's got a
Into Blacklight.
Yeah,
it's very meh. Yeah.
It's kind of.
Yeah, it's.
He kind of croons on it, doesn't he? Yeah.
For a song that's only like a minute and a half, it feels very slow.
Yeah. I guess it kind of gallops, doesn't it?
It's a very, going back, it's very Iron Maiden-y track. I can imagine Iron Maiden using the guitar work, at least. Obviously the lyrics wouldn't work with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very verse, chorus, and then it's done. There was nothing really more of that. Lyrics are a bit shit, because it's just the same words over and over and over. I'm going to say that is the weakest track on this album.
What about sorry, this thing's just come up. I was reading it now. Yeah, so what are we on now? Resurrection.
Much better. This is a nice track. Yeah. That drum beat, dum 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 dum, and then straight into your standard punk 4 chords. It's nice, fun, uplifting.
Good uplifting vocals as well.
Yeah.
Good melody during the chorus. Lots of whoas as well.
I will die here in this sorrow. So good. So good.
What are we drinking, by the way, Puss?
I thought I'd try something new today, and I'm drinking.
Jack Daniels. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's all right. It was £16.
£16? That's a big old fucking bottle for £16.
Yeah, exactly. It's £10 off. £10 off from Tesco's, actually.
Tell it's Christmas, and you got to stock up on essential items.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, I haven't drunk for a very long time, so I thought I'll get something. I noticed is it wine?
I'm on the old red wine tonight.
Nice. Wine gets me a bit funny, so I try to stay away with it.
We had it with dinner, so this is just what's left over, and I'm out of beer, so.
That's well, I'm not a big fan of beer.
I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never known anyone to say that phrase.
I love beer.
Really?
I've got this here as well. I got bought this for Christmas last year, and I've never had the heart to open it. This is Motorhead rum.
Oh no, never open that.
Yeah.
Never open that.
No,
that's
exactly.
Nice.
That's
a nice.
Yeah.
That's going to your kids.
And she said, have you tried it yet? I was like, I can't open it.
I can't. No.
Yeah.
So Resurrection, 1 minute 30 of just fun punk, lots of palm muting, big old choruses. That is the Misfits.
Yeah.
Michale Graves era Misfits. There we go. In fact, that's actually very close to original Misfits. I'd say, with the way it's kind of put together, it's very formulaic. Is that the word? Verse, chorus, bomb.
Yeah. I don't know if formulaic is the word, but I can't think of the other one that replaces it. So
yeah.
So what are we on now? Crimson Ghost?
This Island Earth.
Oh, we're on This Island Earth. Sorry. Island. Yeah, this one bounces along quite nicely.
Yeah.
It's kind of just.
Yeah, it's a nice track. I'm reading the lyrics actually. It's a very kind of
one where he croons as well, isn't it?
Yeah. His voice in this track is a bit, as you say, it's very Dominion. It's almost as if he's taking the piss out of his own music. Yeah. Like it's very theatrical. This when he's doing this kind of stuff.
I think things do pick up a lot actually on Crimson Ghost.
Yeah.
Sort of, well, I say atmospheric intro. It's very quick. You just get a bit of feedback, but that's about as atmospheric as they.
Although one of the things I really love about Graves is his vocal range, and it's almost as if he spits or screams certain words.
There's a lot of shouting on this song, yeah.
And in This Island Earth, when he says "as the sacrifice," like it's really. He puts all the effort into the word sacrifice, and that really makes me think, I'm listening to the Misfits. It's like just his vocals on that one.
Really cool chorus as well. Never gonna get me. Never gonna get me.
Yeah.
I'm the friends of the ghost.
Yeah. Oh fuck me. I've just looked at the lyrics for Crimson Ghost. I don't know if you've got them up.
I've not. No.
It feels very. Apparently, there's 2 verses. And the rest of it is either "you're never going to get me" or "never going to get me."
I've got the lyrics here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So look up Crimson Ghost.
Yeah.
His opening scream of "Wow!" Oh, the fucking palm muting after the woe.
Awesome. And the way
I tell you what, you're right. Crimson Ghost is a track that I'd probably never go, "Oh, you've got to listen to that track." But now that I've got it on, I'm like, that is dedicated listening. You need to listen to that.
So Day of the Dead opens with the dun 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 dun.
That is good.
And then dun 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 dun
dun dun. Yeah.
Have you seen the thing as well when Doyle he joins Danzig. That was like the planting of the seeds for a reunion. So Danzig would do a show, and then Doyle would come out sort of at the end, do like a quick like half dozen songs or whatever.
Okay.
But when he welcomed Doyle onto the stage, as he walked, he played the guitar.
Yeah.
So because he's Doyle von Frankenstein over.
Yeah.
So he would walk onto the stage like Frankenstein. So every stomp, he'd go dun 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 dun, and then just go like up there.
Oh,
look it up. It must be on YouTube.
He is so hench as well.
He's fucking more ripped now. And how old is he? I mean, fucking hell, he was in the Misfits back in the fucking.
Yeah.
When was Static Age out? Not Static Age. Walk Among Us.
So I tell you what, he's younger than I thought he'd be. He's 56.
56. Well, mate, he puts us both to shame. Put it that way.
Massively.
Massively. And he's more ripped now than he was then.
Yeah.
Look at old Misfits videos. It's like even still, you know.
Yeah. But he is fucking hench. I love the way he plays guitar as well. He's very theatrical in the way that he plays.
Yeah.
It's not just someone strumming. Every fucking strike, you're watching him.
Yeah.
You're paying attention to him. Yeah.
He doesn't just play the song; he moves along with it. And just, guitar in the air and yeah. He's awesome, man. So what are we on? We're on Day of the Dead. Yeah, we just mentioned the
intro, and then if you ignore the intro, I think that's probably the most poppiest and happiest sounding.
It's like
track.
An Elvis song.
Yeah, it's very rockabilly, very rockabilly, and probably a good precursor to the likes of Saturday Night.
Yeah, which was man.
Which again, very kind of rockabilly.
Yeah, because it has got that bit at the end, and it still reminds me of an Elvis song. And just see him sort of swinging his.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. He should have done a horror album,
mate. His life was a horror album, bless him.
Yeah. I know Alice Cooper said he met Elvis once, and he said, "Are you the guy with the snake?" And he went, "Yeah." And he went, "Yeah, I wish I thought of that." So we're moving on swiftly. We will get through this.
Yeah, The Haunting.
Yeah.
A really good track, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I really like this. Yeah. In its arms. Good night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to come up with something and not repeat myself, but the album does kind of congeal together in the best possible way. But it's funny doing this track by track, having to separate them all out. But
because it's difficult, because it's very samey.
And it is a very infectious chorus. Yeah, it's only a minute and a half long. As soon as it starts and gets going, it's out over again. But no, it's all good. It's all good. So
and that's not a negative thing at all, is it? It's just a very. I think the thing is, Misfits are a simple band.
Yeah.
And if you read into them too much, you're going to have a problem.
Oh, of course. Why would you want to?
Yeah.
So Mars Attacks. Nice driving.
Yeah. I like Mars Attacks. It's a good track. This was one of there's a demo. You can forget that they done a I don't think they actually released it, but it was on all of the download sites where you can get like the Mars Attacks demo, because this is what they tested it with. I don't know if you ever heard that.
Awesome riff. No, but I don't think I have. But yeah, that riff is like.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, that is nice, and that is Doyle all over. That's how. If you were to, I think if you were to show this song to someone and say, look, this is how they blend kind of like punky and really metally guitar work together, this is a good example of that.
Yeah. I think as well. I mean, I would love to get the live album from this era because they did. I think all their live albums are called Hell Alive.
Yeah.
So Hell Alive 2 is with Michale Graves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, try getting hold of a copy.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I think the cheapest I've seen is 70 quid.
Yeah. I remember seeing it and
I don't know if they only sold it at gigs or something like that.
Yeah. I remember seeing it at Camden for £20 on VHS. And I was like, I don't even have VHS, bruv.
That must have been a bootleg.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But then you're in Camden.
I don't remember it being on DVD or anything like that. I remember it was a CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mars Attacks, very, very fun song. I tell you what, doesn't really call back to the movie though. Like,
no, was the film the first film, or was it like an old black and white?
Oh, it's I only know the Mars Attacks film with the
Tim Burton one, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise there was another one.
I don't know if it was. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna Google it.
Let's face it, these days he does love a fucking remake.
Yeah. Yep. No, it was just made for this. Was based on a cult trading card series.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, a good track, but doesn't really honour the movie, which is strange for them. Yeah. Next track.
Love the Dead.
That is so Misfits. This is a good Misfits track.
Awesome song and fucking great little riff as well.
Yeah,
good
nice fast guitar work. You're all over the places. It's really bouncy, really funny, really fun to listen to. Sorry.
It's got as well what will get repeated later on the is it Lost in Space, but Jerry Only's bass, which we've not spoken a lot about, and you're a bass player as well.
Yeah.
But it's got
yeah
in the background as well. And,
they're not very big on, but I mean, there's no bass solos, right?
Really? No.
No. I think this is one of them bands where it's guitar and vocals are focal point. It's always leading by that. But he's never done anything very exciting with his bass work.
No, he just kind of follows the song and...
Yeah, which is fine, you know. Unless you think that's his fucking job. It's like... It's basically the 9-to-5er, isn't it? Is that guy at work who just turns up and does his job and then goes home. He doesn't do overtime. Once 5 p.m. hits, he don't give a shit. He ain't staying late to fix that problem.
Yeah, he never does anything wrong, but never steps above either. But
yeah.
Then again, I suppose those people are also, you know, most reliable. Think of it. Look at the rest of the people in the Misfits, though. They all left. He's still turning up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bless him. Hate the Living, Love the Dead. 1 minute 37 seconds. For such a pivotal track on that album, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. One thing as well, as The Shining opens, I love how Hate the Living, Love the Dead suddenly stops and then and that you just think, right, that'd work live.
Yeah.
No matter, you could drop The Shining in any part of the live set, and I think whatever you would open with, open with The Shining afterwards. And while he's doing that thing, you can go like, London, welcome to hell, or so, whatever.
So, but I don't know if it's just the fact that they're screaming "go" over and over and over, but The Shining, the beginning of The Shining, after you get to the drum beat, after the drum beat where you're saying "go," it really reminds me of Vision. And Vision. Everyone tells me I'm closed-minded.
Oh, fucking hell. Fucking hell. I've not heard that song in fucking decades. Yeah. Everyone tells me I'm close-minded. Why don't you listen to this? You might like it. Everyone tells me
he died actually.
I'm never gonna buy it.
He died in 2019.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. But there's a track on them that's very. Although that came out in 2000. That came out a year after Famous Monsters.
Give me what I want. Oh, there's gonna
be a riot.
I've heard that song in fucking ages.
A really good, fucking good album. That.
I'll have to dig. I'll have to look for that. I'll have to find that.
Yeah.
I've got it. I had that song on a compilation somewhere, but yeah. Good luck finding that.
Yeah, but there's something about that track that really makes me think of Vision. But I can't remember what track of Vision, and I'm going through lyrics now, but I can't see it. But it just the really kind of quick and then lots of goes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But yeah, great track. I'm just trying to. Yeah. Oh, Carol Ann. For some reason, I'm reading the lyrics to The Shining. I've never seen The Shining, and I know that's pretty bad.
It's not bad. I just don't know how you've managed to get this far in life without seeing it. How do you avoid it?
But I always assumed the lyrics were Caroline, the Beast is Calling. But I've just seen it's Carol Ann.
I don't remember the woman's name in it.
I'm assuming it's Carol Ann, or I'm hoping.
Yeah. The woman's name in it's Wendy. I remember because he's running along in the snowstorm, sort of calling out to her, going, Wendy! So, yeah.
Carol Ann's the girl.
Girl. There's a girl in it.
If I do a Google search of Carol Ann.
Shining fans are doing their nut now. They're going,
Oh, she's the bird from Poltergeist.
Oh, right.
What? I don't know. I don't know enough about that horror movie to get why he's saying Carol Ann then.
Right, so we have made it to the end of the first album.
Yeah. Don't open till Doomsday.
What a great way to close the album. Great chorus. I mean, just that don't open till Doomsday. It's just, you instantly recognise it, you instantly know it, you instantly remember it. It's just a great way to bookends.
It's very punky.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word. That drum beat's nice, the guitars are solid, it's just real full chords of fun. It's a fun it's a fun track. It's a really fun track.
Yeah. It reminds me of a episode of Ghostbusters. They're in the subway and they find this gate. It's like a door, but it's a face.
Yeah.
And any time they come open near it, she goes, "Don't open till doomsday." And some dumbass goes and opens it, and they have to put everything back into it. But that's the only time I've ever heard that phrase before. But yeah, I think an amazing album. I just can't see how you don't like it. It's just
How could you not like it?
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And,
well, a lot of people are pricks.
Yeah, basically. I can't. Like I say, I think, Pat, who I spoke about earlier, put a good case to it. He was just like, look, they'd lost their edge. They'd lost the...
Oh, yeah.
The dangerous...
But then, if a band exists around their image anyway, did they ever have an edge?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to get someone who, hates them to come on and convince us otherwise. But
how's Luke doing?
I don't think Luke even knows the Misfits. Up next, Famous Monsters. Now, that album cover is the Misfits. I can't see how you can deny that.
Yeah.
Produced by Daniel Ray again. When did it come out? 1999. So 2 years later.
Christ. Are we jumping straight into it?
Yeah, let's jump into it, man.
Can you pause this?
No.
This isn't live, is it?
No.
No, you can't pause it, or no, it's not live?
It's not live, and I guess I can't pause it either. I can stop recording and start recording again, but I don't know how I join it.
Can I go to the toilet?
I'll tell you what, let's do a toilet break. And to be continued.
Yes.
We'll split this into 2 different shows because it's gone on for an hour anyway. No one's going to watch 2. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this. Congratulations for making it into the end. And join us on the next show when we review Famous Monsters coming up next week.
Yes.
But we'll be back in 2 minutes.
I'll catch you in a second, man.
Thanks a lot.
I'll hang up.